Hello, everybody. Doran here from Whitefire Comics, and we're getting ready to launch Rakehell on Indiegogo. So hopefully you can hear me fine. We'll get right into some of the fun here and get this campaign launched right off the start, and then we'll get into some of the rewards and some of the incentives we have going on with the Rakehell launch on Indiegogo. So this is exciting times for Whitefire Comics. We're now going to be on a different platform, trying a different platform outside of Kickstarter and see how it goes. So hopefully it goes well. Fingers crossed. All right, so let me share my screen. I'll share so you can get the excitement of seeing me actually launch this thing. I somewhat know what I'm doing here. All right, so here we go. Hopefully everything's set up correctly. No crying afterwards. And launch campaign. Launching. Share with your friends. Your campaign is live. Hey, voila, everybody. A lot of work went into getting this all arranged while we're still finishing up the Kickstarter for issue 2. So that's pretty exciting. But let's get into talking about Indiegogo and a little bit here. So they approached me in the middle of the end of my last Kickstarter and actually asked me to try Indiegogo. So I was like, after some conversations with them, I said, what the heck, let's do it. Let's give it a shot. So now let's go check out oops, not there. So let's just talk a little bit about everything going on the Kickstarter, on the Indiegogo itself. Let's do a search actually quick, just to make sure it's there. For curiosity's sake, we're now going to search for some Rakehell on Indiegogo, and we're going to spell Rakehell right. That helps. Oh yeah, there we go. Boom. Okay, so we are live. So just confirming, just in case, we're doing it for nothing here, and it looks like they know what they're doing. Everything's ready to rock. Okay. So what I wanted to first discuss was the incentives we got going for the Indiegogo, and I'll just pop those up on screen, and hopefully I'll see if this automatically. Oh yeah, it switched. Okay, so we got 3 incentive kind of layers I got going for this one. I thought it'd be kind of cool to do something a little bit different. So the first one is we have poker chips. So that's on the left side there. So the first 20 backers of a printed tier, so not a digital tier, so a printed tier will actually get the poker chips. Get a poker chip, I should say, of Rakehell Quint's Curse. You can see the picture of it there. And as well, there'll be a draw for one of 5. 5 people will basically win a Templar coin, Templar challenge coin that I have 5 of. And then as well, the real good winner, grand prize winner, the lucky son of a beep, is going to win one of Aja Cerezo's 4x6 art cards. So what's cool about this stuff is I already have most things on all this stuff in hand. So let me just get this out of the way here. Hide that out. I'm pretty sure if I go back to here, nope, that's side by side. So how do I stop the sharing? There must be a way to stop the sharing. Haha. Boom, I'm big again. So just to show everybody, these are really nice little poker chips. Again, we've got them in hand. They're ready to go. There's no running around because we've already got our Kickstarter. We've done the first 2 Kickstarters. We've got inventory on hand for most things except for issue 2 at this point, which we'll be putting to proof this weekend. So it's a nice little poker chip. Yay, our first time Whitefire Comics is offering poker chips as a reward, but my friend Corey and Sister Mercy seems to do pretty well with them, so I thought I'd give them a shot. And here's the amazing card by Aja Cerezo. I mean, beautiful. Someone's going to be pretty lucky. It's out of my collection. I have some cards from him from before when he did the art for me, and some of them were my set. So I'm actually giving up one of my cards to help with the promotion. And to show you these Templar challenge coins. Now, I didn't design these coins. I found these, and they fit right into the whole storyline of Rakehell so well. So I ordered some. And again, someone's going to be pretty lucky to get these as well. It comes in this nice little plastic case for protection, I guess, for coins. So that's pretty neat. So those are our incentives right now. 5 people will win the Templar coins in a random draw. Someone will randomly win Aja's card. And then the first 20 printed backers, will get the poker chips. So that's pretty well the start of the incentive part of everything. And so for right now, I just want to show you a couple of the other things we got ready to go. So on the printed side of things, we've got Rakehell issue 1 here. Again, already printed, ready to rock. Just to show off people, it's a high quality comic. It's a 110 point cover, and everything is gloss. So it just shines. Everything shines in your face. Like, we got quality for miles here, people. So just so you get a look at what it's like. It's really cool. Sound effects, of course. You can't have a comic. I love doing sound effects, by the way. So you can't have a comic book, an American style comic, without sound effects. And Rakehell 2's got lots of sound effects. Rakehell 1 has some good stuff too. So this is the I call it the standard edition, but it's really the Finder's Keeper edition of it that you'll see on the actual campaign. And this is the alt, or not the alternate cover, but the variant cover. Art by Aja Cerezo in both cases. So that's what the variant looks like. And as well, let me just pull this out of here. We have a collector's edition for each issue of Rakehell. So I got this in a plastic frame, but I call this the Dark Enigma cover because the more you stare at it, the more you'll see. This is by Derek Stevens. And when you take it out and you look at it, you're going to stare at it and you're going to start to see other images. He kind of faded into the background in that. And it's a darker looking cover. Some people say, hey, it's a dark cover, it needs light, but it's actually by design because of the coolness of it. But anyways, gorgeous as well. High quality printing throughout on this one. And then it comes with the collector's editions comes with a decoder card. So this is important to understand about Rick. I like to do something a little different with each comic. With Rakehell, what's going on with it is that it is got these runes. So there's hidden puzzles inside the actual comic. So you actually can find those. If you see one, you can actually interpret it or decode it with the decoder card. This is a special edition of the decoder card. Each comic has it printed in the back, but this is a freestanding one to make it easier. And it's actually got embossed letters on it. It's probably, you can kind of see it there. But it's a new, again, this is new. No one else has got an embossed one yet. So FYI, those will be part of this as well. Now, beyond that, Rakehell 2 is, as I say, we're at the final part. I'm at the final parts of the lettering. The lettering is done, and we just have to do any edits. I have to get it reviewed a little bit. So that'll be out to print very, very soon. But just to show you what it looks like, because we have a lot of variant covers for Rakehell 2, I will share my screen. All right, so this is the anime cover for Rakehell 2. Just to back up, this is the standard edition, or what I call Ghost Town edition by Aja, and this is the anime by Aja as well. So he's done 2 covers again. We also have more covers. We ended up with a lot of covers on this guy. Went a little bit crazy. I got a lot of good art, and I just couldn't hold on to it. I had to do something with it. So another edition we have is the Hellhound edition, and that's by Joaquin Guerrero. And then we've got, this is our collector's edition. So this will be a foil cover, front and back art. And this is by Derek Stevens again, this cover piece. And the back piece of art will be done by George Castilla. And we do have 2 other covers. This one is by Erwin Arroz, I believe his name is. Real beautiful cover here. Very, very nice cover. And then we've got this one here. Now, what's neat about this cover is I took two different artists' piece of work, Jocko's and Aja's, and I merged them together and made it into like a retro cover. And the nice story about it is that I actually was fortunate enough to submit it into the art contest for Comics Wellspring for cover of the year for 2023, and we didn't win. But we got an honorable mention, which means we probably would have been in the top 10 covers that went through Comics Wellsprings in the last year, which is really neat to think. If you really stop and think about how many comics have gone through Comics Wellsprings, they're probably one of the most popular publisher of comics. And to get recognition like this is always nice to have for a piece of art and the effort. So this whole cover idea was based on George R. Romero, or am I going to get it wrong? I think it's R. I always get the initial wrong. But anyway, Romero, I'd met him years ago before his passing, and this is a retro kind of homage cover to him and EC Comics. So George did the Creepshow movies, and then this is the covers in the style of the old EC Comics works. So that's where that one's coming from. Okay, so just to show you quickly the art inside of, just because it's fun to show this stuff off since we're at a final state here. This is actually the inside art for issue 2. I'll just slowly scroll through it, just so you can see. We've got high quality art, high quality leathering. I mean, look at what, again, one of my favorite sound effects here. But anyways, I don't want to give away too much of the comic, but you'll see this particular issue, there's reasons there's a lot of sound effects. It'll just give the screen a second, I'll refresh back. Because of because some of the fighting and the creature in it, the hellhound that's in this issue. But anyways, so that's why there's a lot of sound effects. So that's it for the look at issue 2 of Rakehell. And again, there'll be 5 different variant covers, or 4 different variant covers, and then a collector's edition for that one that will have a wrapping foil cover on it. And the kind of cool thing about everything is that we got additional comics that you'll be able to get in the campaign. And let me flip off this sharing. So as well going on, so there's 56 pages you'd be able to read on issue 1 and 2 of Rakehell, but we've also got the Untold Tales, which is part of the same world of Rakehell, which I call the world of Whitefire. So Rakehell is actually called, this series of Rakehell is actually called Rakehell's Quint's Curse, and this is actually a short story in here on Quint. And then on the other side of it, you got Gabriel, Hand of God, which is just this kind of epic feeling of, whoops, I hope I did that right. Epic feeling of, of the power of the Archangel Gabriel before he falls from grace, basically, was the idea of the story. Hopefully we'll be able to circle back to tell more of the story in the future. But right now, this is kind of a primer or an introduction to Gabriel, Hand of God. And then you've got the art here by Rodney Bennett did this. And what's cool about the art in here, you say, hey, it's very old school styled. So it's very horror kind of, would it be 30s? But the style of the art is really, really neat. And it's a short story about Quint. So that's kind of nice to have there. Another one of the options via add-on to add that on to everything, or you can do the Whitefire Comics tier in PDF or in print. So the other comic we have to offer is we released last year The Forsaken Future. So 32 pages of this by David Dion is the artist within, always written by me and edited and lettered and yada yada yada. But this is our Brood edition cover for it. Really, really cool cover. It's actually very popular at the cons. And this is the other edition you can get, the variant cover, which is the Obsession cover by David Ocampo. So yeah, great stuff by him. And again, inside this, all quality stuff. Gorgeous sci-fi story about a dark future and the survival of kind of the last fallout shelter of the North America. So really the premise of this one, The Forsaken Future, is along the lines of North America got taken out, or North America as in Canada, Mexico, and the United States. North American continent gets taken out, but the rest of the world doesn't come to kind of save what's left of us. They just take over and kind of use our mineral resources from the asteroid impact. And so this last fallout shelter exists of our old way of life, and it's about their survival. It's a cool story. So just to back up, and I should probably tell you a little bit more about Rakehell. Rakehell is a horror dark fantasy series, and it's about a lost or the last of a Templar order, and the curse that's been put onto Quint. So that's just kind of a primer that there's stuff going on. This Templar order exists, and they're trying to hold off the darkness, and it's not looking good. So it's a matter of what's going to happen, the effect of this Templar order, what's left of it, and everything else related to that will come out in it about the. I don't want to say too much about it because then it kind of ruins everything. So I'll leave it at that. I love Templar history, and that's what got me started on the whole idea. And I love the Curse of Oak Island TV show, and so I wanted to kind of push that narrative of that reality show kind of farther to what if the Templars were here, and what would they be up to in this dark kind of horror world, fighting off demons, etc. So that's it pretty much for the comics side of everything. And let me also show you a couple of the rewards. So one of the other rewards we'll have is our sticker sheet that we did. We did this for Kickstarter, but this will be relabeled to Indiegogo. So these are really large stickers that are vinyl, and you can either leave them on the sheet, it's the size of a comic book cover, so they can be displayed as such, like in a piece, be kept in a holder, or etc. that would hold a comic book. Or you can stick them and re-stick them. So because they're vinyl, you can put them on something, remove them, move them to something else in the future, so you don't lose your sticker over time. Really nice sheet, professionally done. The artist here is Ariel Mandel. He's worked for a lot of independent comic companies, and I believe Marvel as well. So just an FYI. So the sticker sheet is out there for you to be able to get. And you'll see for you, it would be to my right. Oh, my left is going up, but it's right. This reverse thing always gets me messed up. But what you'll see over here is our holochrome posters that we did for Rakehell, and we'll have some of these available as well, so you can get your hands on that. And I should mention as well, also, that the collector's editions, particularly these will be limited rewards overall through the campaign. You'll only be able to be an option to buy 20 of these, just because I don't want to get rid of them all at once. It's a limited print of 100, so only 20 of them will be available on this campaign, 20-ish, maybe 25 via the two different perks or reward tiers. But these are the actual hologram posters of the Rakehell, and when these shine, I'll tell you, when I come down in the morning, I got them on the wall behind me. You'll see them behind the AT-AT. But when they shine, they look amazing. And you just got to hit it right with the light, and it will really, really glow. So that's the Hellhound edition of the holochrome poster. And this is a really cool piece, Derek Stevens, again, on this case. And this is my Grand Master one. But as you can kind of see, it's really, really beautiful the way they shine. And just to show you as well, we also have a poster tier where you can get 3 posters. So there's more posters than this. We'll look at the campaign and you'll be able to see that there. This is just some examples that you can get 11, 17 posters, 3 for $15, I believe. So there's the cover, the honorable mention cover, some Liger Beast covers. This one here is my art. This is a cover coming up for, I hate that glare. I wish I could do something about it. Maybe I can do this. That'll help some. But this is a cover for the Forsaken Future 3 when we get to it, of my art. And this is really popular. It's amazing at cons how often people want this one. It's an art piece I did of 2 aliens messing around with the Earth and the moon. The gray and the green aliens kind of idea. So boy, it's probably my most popular poster that sells, and as well my art on Razorwing here, again for issue 3. So just an FYI, just to show you some of the stuff. And again, these are all printed and ready to go, so we're not waiting for a lot of this stuff. Other than, of course, the comic for Rakehell too. So let's just quickly go through the campaign, and then I can stop taking up your time if you're kicking around here. I have a hard time understanding what is going on sometimes with the chat. Oh, I forgot to show you one other. Yeah. Let's see if I can do this right. So we also have t-shirts. So this is the Rakehell t-shirt that I'm wearing now. And hold up. This shirt has been very popular. It's a little wrinkly, so it's just got out of the wash. But let's see if I can do this right. This is my Raise a Little Hell shirt. So there's a band called Trooper that let's see if we can get it to play. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but just fun to add a little music to it. Raise a Little Hell. Again, a lot of people seem to really like this shirt. We don't want to raise too much hell, just a little hell, right? All right, famous Canadian band. Okay, that's enough music. Never thought I'd have music on my actual launch party. But anyways, so that's it for that. Let's just take a quick look at the campaign, and I'll get everybody back to their, let everybody go free back to their evening. Okay, so share it up. All right. So of course it starts off with a quick introduction to myself and the story idea. You've got some art here, issue 1 and 2, and then an example of the art. You got a little conversation about the this decoder card and how that and an example of decoding a rune inside of the actual comic book, which is a really neat and unique idea. I like to think that I came up with. I've been planning it for years, and it was cool to add it to this series. This is just a list of the backer rewards, the early backer rewards we discussed. And you can get a prelude here as well. Oops, wrong screen. You can get a prelude of the story, and then a prelude, like in the comics, you know how you'd get like a little one-liner about the comic. So a prelude to issue 1 and a prelude to issue 2 here, a little bit of an understanding. We got a little example of some of the characters involved in the series. And then we got the collector's edition. So this is what the collector's edition front and back looks like for issue 1. So if I was to take it out of the bag and everything that I had it, but I have it in super protected stuff right now so they don't get damaged. But anyways, you'll see on the back, it's 1 of 100 here where I'm circling. I think you can see the mouse. And then here's the back cover, what the back cover would look like on the foil cover, or full foil cover, or would it be called a holochrome cover? Foil or holochrome, I don't know what the official term is of it. But anyways, and this edition of it will also come with a gallery of the cover art for issue 2. So it'll have these 8 pages as a gallery inside of it, in addition to the comic. So the comic is 32 pages. So it'll be a 40-page comic book with the art in it as well. And this is just the variant covers I showed you earlier, just to let you guys know that they're there. And then we have the add-ons. Again, I showed you the comics here. Showed you the fact that we have the t-shirts, the 2 different t-shirts, the stickers. Oh, and the Whitefire Comics card set. Now, I've got it here. Again, these are all printed and ready to go. This is a kind of, to me, it's a nostalgia item. When Whitefire Comics started, this is what our first project we did. And it's pretty, kind of, to me, it's pretty neat to see where we've come from this. This was our attempt to raise some money to get our comics done. So we still have these card sets. They're limited printed as well. And let me switch the screen on. I think I can just switch it this way. This way. Don't share it. Just to show you. It's a silver leaf ink on the front and back. And then it's numbered down here to the edition of it. And it comes in the plastic case as well. And then it'll have a little protective silicone wrap. But it's the art from the original comics that we were doing, me and Corey. So if you know anything about Sister Mercy, you'll actually see some Sister Mercy cards in here. And there's Quint. I can see if I can do this right with my hands. There's Jonathan Quint in there. Again, it was the ideas that we had for the comics, and a little card format with a little back. Oops, that's not a very good back to show. A little back that kind of gives you a little quote from them, and it gives you kind of their power level somewhere. Oh, that's an edition one, huh? Here's an example of Blindside. So he has a kind of a power level. People asked if it went to a game, but it doesn't go to a game. It's just so you can compare one character to another to their power levels type thing. Just a cool little fun thing to do for interest sakes. All right, so back to the campaign. Again, we have the hollow chrome posters here. They're $25 each Canadian. So remember everything's in Canadian dollars. So if you're from America or you're working in American dollars, you're going to get 25% off of that. Here's a list of the posters. I mentioned we had more of them. There's some great art in here from various artists. Been doing this for over a decade now, so I've collected a lot of art in the background, my own art and ideas. And so from different artists, I've been collecting different things. And a lot of people seem to like different ones, which is kind of neat about the whole thing. When I show you, when you see the art book, it's kind of like, oh, some people like this one, they like my art, it's neat. Anyways, so this is about the pledge levels. Of course, we have digitals, issue 1 and 2 in digital. We have the collector's edition 1 and 2 in digital as well. And that will have 2 art galleries in it, including the cover art and some other art from issue 1. So that'll be a neat little digital package if you're interested in that. And of course, we have the Whitefire Comics digital tier, and that's all 4 of the comics with the 1 flip comic. So 5 stories, but one comic is two stories flip comic. Boys, I hope I said that and that made sense. And of course, we have the printed edition of the standard editions of 1 and 2, which is the Finder's Keeper and the Coast Town edition, at $20 Canadian. That's probably about $15 US ish. That's not bad. And I've tried to keep the shipping under control too, but I know that there's been some price raises in that. So hopefully everything works out. Trying to give you a little bit of a deal there, so when you get the shipping, it's not as bad of a hit as it is for all of us when we like to buy and ship between the States and Canada and Canada and the States, Canada and the States and the States and Canada, whichever direction you're coming, plus wherever else in the world you are. Shipping always is a pain in the butt. And of course, you can get the Rakehell 1 and 2 printed in digital editions, and then the Rakehell 1 and 2 variant. So this is an interesting tier. Let's see if I can zoom in on it a bit. So this particular tier is a little more interesting because where is it, the variants? So the variant one here. So for $30, you'll get 2 of the variant covers. There's only 1 variant cover for issue 1, so you'll get the cover here that's on the left, and then you'll get to select from the 4 other variant covers of issue 2. So that'll be an option you'll get on when you pick your tier or your reward. As well, of course, you can get the Whitefire Comics printed as well. So that's another option that you can get. And past that, we got the collector's editions 1 and 2. I call that plus as well because it comes with the embossed decoder card, and again the digital copy and the printed copies of the collector's edition. And this is a limited reward. I think I limited this one to 10 or 15. It might be 15. And that's $65 Canadian. So around a little less than probably $50 US. You'll get both collector's edition. And I mean, they're beautiful, well worth the money. And then I put a collector's all-in tier. So this tier is actually, it's basically, if you're a collector, I took everything I thought that was a collectible item and I put it in here. So you'll get the collector's editions 1 and 2. And I believe I limited this to 10. 10. Oh no, 10 on that perk. Only 5 on this. So I actually did change these values. I think I might have put them a little bit higher, but I'll check afterwards. But anyways, so you get the collector's edition in digital and print. You get the Whitefire Comics card set, or legacy of that. You get the collector's sticker set. You get both holochrome foil posters, and of course the embossed decoder card for $135. Not a bad deal at all for what you're getting out of there. And I think it ends up around somewhere like around $100 US, which is pretty good. So stretch goals. So I'm starting it off with, I have some hologram stickers of keepers, I call them. So this is really cool. One of him. At $4,000, we'll unlock wallpaper, and then at $5,000, the other hologram Hellhound sticker. They're 3 inches each. These aren't small stickers. I hate it when I get little tiny stickers and things. Just me. And then I have a boat section, and just kind of show you some of the cons been at over the years. That'd be kind of cool to put that in there just to show you that we've been around and we've been printing, and you don't have to worry about us not getting your comics. If something happens, it might take a little bit longer, something goes wrong or something like that, but you're getting your comics and you'll be getting them in a reasonable time, even if something goes wrong. I actually have a background. I'm what's called a graphic technician printer by trade, a graphic designer. But graphic technician printer means I know how to use the printing presses, and so I'm actually a professional book publisher and stuff like that, in the sense of using printing presses and stuff like that. So I know what I'm doing when it comes to creating comics. I've invested my life into that. Plus, I'm a web designer, so I know how to make digital comics. Yada yada yada. But anyways, and of course, we always have risks and timelines, but everything's in pretty good shape. And then the other ways you can help. So you can just kind of, the different links, you can share it out. If you can't financially help, you can always do it that way. Ooh, what the heck? It just went away. Oh, when you scroll down, it just goes to the next part. So you can share it out and hopefully let your friends know that it exists if you think they're interested. So that's pretty well the whole campaign. Give it a kick, give it a shot. Hopefully you'll support it. Looking for your help to make this happen on Indiegogo, and hopefully it's a successful time. And on that note, I will let you guys go and get back to your evenings. I'll see if I can find the Rakehell video. We'll do raise a little hell graphic here of the Hellhound, and let's play out, and you can watch the trailer and call it an evening. And that's a wrap all. Have yourselves a good evening. As I say, step on up and give Rakehell a shot. I'm sure you'll love it. Later all.